This news update is brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
This is the Noon Barbados Today update for Thursday, January 2nd, 2013. I'm Dawn Paris. Executive members of the National Union of Public Workers are at this moment meeting with dismissed employees of the Drainage Division. The more than 300 workers were given their walking papers on Tuesday ahead of the mass layoff of public sector employees this year. Ryan Jilks is at the NUPW's headquarters where the meeting is taking place, and he files this report.
A number of tear-jerking stories being told to Barbados Today from here at the NUPW headquarters, where displaced workers from the Drainage Division are meeting with a heavy police presence. The story of a lupus sufferer who said her children had to be fed, she had medication to fill, bills to pay. She'd reported to work this morning only to be told she no longer had a job. Or there's the story of a mother, the sole breadwinner in a home of 5 with a daughter with a disability. That child is now suffering from a number of complications with her heart. These workers are all here because on Tuesday this week, the last day of 2013, many of them were verbally sent home from their jobs with the Drainage Division. That fell under the government's National Environmental Enhancement Program, the NEET program. On Tuesday, around 300 of them were sent, and the other workers were told to report to the Ministry of Transport and Works in the Pine, where they would be given further instruction. They did that today, and it is understood some more of them were sent home. Informed sources say roughly about 500 of them were sent in all, leaving that department, the Drainage Division, with just about 120 persons or thereabouts still employed. We're awaiting word from the General Secretary, Dennis Clark, who is right now still meeting with the vocal workers. I'm Ryan Jones for Barbados Today.
Political scientist Dr. George Bell has hit out at some trade unionists. He's accusing them of poor representation and buying into what he calls neoliberal ideology. At the same time, the university lecturer singled out trade union stalwart Sir Roy Trotman as one of the few still carrying the torch for workers' rights. He says he understands why the General Secretary of the Barbados Workers' Union severed ties with some colleagues.
It's not surprising to me that BUT did not give the STU any support. And it is not surprising to me that a set of trade unionists in Barbados right now are looking for all kinds of excuses not to defend the workers. Because they are bought into the neoliberal ideology that was preached to them after Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher mashed up the trade union movement in Britain and in the United States.
Dr. Bell made the comments last night at the final night of Kwanzaa 2013 celebrations in Pelican Village. It was organized by the Caribbean Movement for Peace and Integration. There's growing concern that consistent education about HIV/AIDS is still not hitting home. Manager of the National HIV/AIDS Food Bank, Stacia Whitaker, says some residents are still not heeding the messages despite increased awareness about the disease.
It comes down to education from both ends. The person who believes that the persons that are contracted HIV are being loose, as well as those who may contract it, because sometimes we believe, well, I'm dating or I'm going to engage in sexual activity with a quote-unquote upright standing man or woman, depending on what sex you are, and we don't think it necessary all the time to use condoms.
In sports, West Indies captain Dwayne Bravo is admitting that his team was caught off guard by New Zealand's batsmen in the third one-day international in Queenstown. The game was on the verge of being called off due to the weather, but New Zealand powered on to 283 for 4. That innings included the fastest and 6th fastest ODI tons ever. Bravo says there wasn't much the defending World 2020 champions could really do while the New Zealand batsmen blazed away. He says the Windies now have to regroup and not let the game dampen their spirits. The series is now tied at 1-1 with 2 games left to play.
There's regional and international news after this short break. McInerney Quality and Consolidated Finance invite you to trade in your old car for a new one. So, bring your car and come to McInerney Quality in Wildy. That's right, all trade-ins are welcomed. Any make or model we'll trade towards your new car. Plus, you get 2 years free insurance when you purchase a Kia, Mazda or Ford. And with on-the-spot financing by Consolidated Finance, you can drive away with something new. So, bring your car and come to McInerney Quality in Wildy. All trade-ins are welcome.
In regional news, a pastor is Trinidad and Tobago's first murder victim for the year. The 52-year-old was shot multiple times yesterday morning at his home, while his 19-year-old son received injuries to his face and neck. Police believe the gunmen may have been waiting on the two of them to arrive home. Internationally now, relief for 52 researchers who were stranded for 10 days on a ship in Antarctic ice. They were rescued this morning and transported by a helicopter from a Chinese icebreaker. Several previous attempts to break through to the ship failed because of the thickness of the ice. And that's our noon update. Join us again at 6 this evening. In the meantime, log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, and like us on Facebook to get more news and sports. I'm Dawn Paris.
This news update brought to you by...
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.